We got Rush Hour versus LogiSwords, second match of the day. A little bit out of order, but Logan's here, so I'm gonna do one of his matches. So, what what went into picking your squad? Did you just want something that was like death bally and could sit on a point?
I saw two tanks that were kind of good when I was in my draft phase, so I was like, okay, that's mid tier. Let's just take those. And then I saw Reaper as the other person, and then I know from last season when Hanzo was played, he was very good.
Yeah,
That's just
yeah. Well, at
that's
one
the
point,
best team I think I could draft.
yeah. At one point, Rush Hour, who had Hanzo, swapped out their brig completely. They just like basically dumped their brig and just had Hanzo in the entire time for the rest of the season. And Hanzo
I think
put on work, put on a clinic for them. So yeah,
I
uh,
think in Overbots, it's a lot better if you are not reliant on a support to be good.
yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
having a support, I think there are exceptions. I think
Well,
there's like
Zen. There's
three,
Zen
and
and
it's
Bap.
Zen and Bap are the two exceptions.
Yeah, I think Kiri. I think Kiri could be good too.
I think
She
Kiri as well, but
she
we
gets
haven't seen a
kills.
lot of her.
Yeah. All right. So Rush Hour versus Logie Swords. We're gonna start on Antarctic Peninsula. Kind of an interesting map here.
This will be a definitely interesting game. This is just, I think it's another game of does Ryan hit a spin and does my team kill Junkrat before that happens.
Yeah.
I think Rush Hour most likely is going to win this.
Yeah. I think the lamp is gonna be pretty big here too at times.
I think so, yeah. I think they have a massive team. I think Rush Hour is one of the best teams in the entire league right now.
Well, that remains to be seen. We right now you are technically by default the best team in the league since you're the only squad with a win so far. Uh, so we should see if they can meet that praise here. I think Soldier is going to be really good.
Yeah,
He has a lot of self sustain and he can just like run around the map. I think if I remember right, I did some
oh,
like bots with him, and I think he is a pretty good DPS. He just hasn't gotten a chance to be seen. Um,
does Zarya ult or no?
we have not seen her ult yet. No, but she hasn't
Did
got
she
it a
get her
whole lot.
ult?
She hasn't got it a lot. That's the thing. So she hasn't been
Okay,
holding on to it for very long because she hasn't. She has like got it, but then like not used it because she just got it near the end of the matches.
okay,
So I don't know. She might use her ult, but she is
perfect.
still a pretty good tank even when she doesn't. So her bubbles are insanely good, especially when you're going up against the Ana team because she kept landing fat antis and then you just like bubble two targets. Okay, so you guys trade evenly here. Oh, Rush Hour suddenly gets two picks. Um, so it started. You lost. Actually, yeah, you lost. Oh, no, no, no. You dropped their Baptiste, and then I think your Zarya dropped, and then all of a sudden the rest of your team just like collapsed at the same time.
Yeah, I think Chase's team might be one of the best in the league.
Boom, boom,
I
boom.
think this is going to be rough.
All right. So we have Logisaurus coming back in. He gets pinned, immediately eviscerated. Hanzo on the back. He gets the Bap. Bap for Queen here. Zarya does go down. However, Hanzo getting two, but just Hanzo up, and he was stuck in a. Well, was he stuck in a trap? I think he was. And so that'll be two on the point remaining for Rush Hour. Barely coming out on top of that one. Hanzo putting in some work. All right, here come the Logie Swords. Hot off of a victory, but they are getting a little bit stumped here by Rush Hour, especially if that first take.
Go ahead, buddy. That's a buddy. Go, buddy. Okay. I have the next couple of days off, which is great.
Holy Rush Hour. They're cooking.
Yeah, Rush Hour, I think, probably has one of the best teams in the league. I think for intensity purpose sakes, I think
Can we get a touch here? Up to 85%. Logie Swords is
I
looking
think
to make one more
it's
contest here, see if they can get another fight in. They don't have any ults on the board, and the Shatter is up. That could be massive. Rush Hour hits does not hit the pin. Queen goes
I
very
think
low.
it's
She
me,
is going to fall.
you. I think it's me, you, and Rush Hour are the top three teams in the league besides Trevor. I'm not counting Trevor.
And that is a full team wipe, and that is going to be the first point going the way of Rush Hour, 100-0. However, there were some fights that looked like it could have gone LogiSwords' way. We'll see if that can change on any of these future points.
This is going to be a rough game.
It could be rough. I'm wondering how this goes in a thing like in different map types, though.
Need to try.
Like I said, there's gonna be no more loser pick because it's just gonna be random. So it's gonna be up to fate. I'm removing a lot of the agency within the league. That way, people don't have to be here for games because no one is ever here for games. So
You're here for the first week, and then it was hype.
Yeah.
And then I just missed a week, and then I didn't know your schedule for anything, so I was just like.
Oh no, I just started doing overbots rapidly. I just started doing overbots rapidly because I was trying to get through it. And there was new people coming in and leaving, and so I just wanted to get to the next season. Anyways, and we had the whole thing with Moldy Milkers. Okay, your team actually comes in here and wins this first team fight, so they will get first cap. Drunker Queen and Zarya putting in work, killing basically everything. And that is the first take going to LogiSwords of this next point.
What point are we taking
Hans is back.
Antarctic?
I don't know what it's called, but it's the one that's like yellow everywhere, and there's a kind of an enclosed point.
I don't know which one I'm talking about.
You don't know which one I'm talking about, or you do?
I do.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, Baptiste going down first here. However, Junker Queen traded out. Although, Junkrat and Reinhardt. Okay, 2 on point here. Soldier versus Reaper and Hanzo. And Reaper and Hanzo take that dub. Soldier almost making the difference there. He had Hanzo dead to rights. He just didn't shoot at him. Hanzo was like 1 HP. He could have made that even closer. That could have been a 1-on-1 on point. However, LogiSwords are up top on this point. This point's going very differently than the first one. A good sign for Overbot's competitive integrity here. Junker Queen
took over the Orisa Widowmaker team?
Yeah. Orisa Cass Widowmaker. Moira.
Bro, what? Just let him take over AI. At least let him win. Fuck. Dude, that's like the worst. That's definitely the worst team in the league.
Have you seen Cass? Do you know what Cass does? I think Cass and Orisa could go hard.
Widowmaker Moira, though, is the problem. Those are the 2 worst characters in Overbots. Maybe no stigma exists.
Yeah. Okay, Rush Hour coming in again. They get one more fight on point. If they lose this one, they will be out of this point, however. Oh, yeah, they're going to lose. Bap went down so fast. Ryan is going to be next, and Soldier quickly to follow. Junkrat is going to fall last, and we are going to go to the last point on Antarctic. 100-0, and then 100-0 in the opposite way. So, I think this is a fairly even series we have on our hands. I think this could go either way, which is what I want to see. I want to see more of this in Overbots. All right. Here we go to the third and final point. Whoever takes this takes the crown. And I think Widowmaker was a little bit underrated. I had her in a very poorly made comp overall. Briggs not very good, Winston's not very good, and I had Widowmaker, but Widowmaker was like the one thing that actually did stuff when I had her in the first little tournament we did. And she was like the only one that actually got kills, from what I remember.
Well, you weren't really built for killing, though. You were built for, like, sustained damage, and that just doesn't really work in bots very well. I think Brig isn't a bad support, though. I think having Brig on a team isn't awful.
Alright, Ron's pinning in. Just get that fire strike. Zarya's gets very low. Queen and... Oh my word, Ryan just diffed them. Raper, last one standing here. Ryan proceeded to diff both tanks in one fell swoop. He smacked both of them.
Right, I will be back later. Just let me know what happens with the match. I'm gonna eat my dinner now.
Alright. Rush Hour in the lead. Taking control of this point. 10% to 0. And they are building. Rush Hour going to pin in on this Queen. does get the follow-up from the rat. Sorry, getting super charged, though, from the bubble. And now it is... Oh, Bap just popping off. Bap and Soldier. Insane damage characters here. It's more so open point, where they get more time to poke in damage. It's going to pretty much always benefit Rush Hour here, I think. The rat and the Rhine making their way back. Here comes Zarya Queen, Reaper Hanzo, LogiSwords on the high ground. They're going to drop down here on this rat. Oh, unfortunately, Reaper does get pinned, and that's going to probably be the team fight here for LogiSwords, although another pick comes through. Nope. Not quite enough here. Zarya is going to go down. Hello, buddy.
It's really starting.
What's up? You're starting? Oh, go have fun then.
Okay, wait, can I watch this with you?
Oh, yeah, you can watch for a little bit.
Okay,
Come on up.
I just gotta sit with you.
Okay, just sit. Cool, cool.
For a little bit.
Okay. Wait, are you guys playing the game, though?
I think Auntie's started. Yeah.
All right. Ryan swinging. Getting
Yeah.
those picks.
Where's Nalo?
Oh, Malga's not in this one. Reaper is going to go down. And that was looking like the first map going towards the way of Rush Hour.
Oh, Nalo's not here?
No, Malga's not here. Very
Well,
back and forth
Nalo is different, not come.
map.
But he's...
Rush Hour takes the first dub here. Looking to fulfill the...
Where's that?
They got the googly eyes. Is it silly?
Yes.
Yeah, is it silly? Alright, map number 2 coming.
I was gonna be
Through.
so last morning.
Rush Hour versus LogiSwords. 100-0, 100-0, 100-0. So each map going decisively in the favor of the other. Next map will be Circuit Royale here. Rush Hour will start on defense. LogiSword we seen on Escort here. Julian, 1 second. Close this door. There's gonna be a lot of background noise in this one. Say hi, Julian.
Hi.
And that's my little nephew. He's here to help me commentate today.
It's the guys.
Oh, they're in the spawn still. Oh, look at the googly eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Is that silly? Look at, you see it?
Yes. Those are funny.
Yeah, they are funny. Alright, here they are. They're sitting in spawn. Getting ready to come out. Let's see if the LogiSwords can close the gap that Rush Hour have set for them. Very strong first map coming out of Rush Hour. They 100-0 them twice. However, they do get 100-0'd on the second point. So that can be a little bit of sign of hope from the LogiSwords. That in some of these cases you can win these fights. A lot of these fights will devolve into chaos. Alright, here they come. Ryan missing his pin. Rush Hour going down 1.
Can I turn a light on for you?
Oh yeah, you can turn the light on. Ryan is getting very low here. Don't think he'll be able to sustain the damage much longer. Although, Rat putting in work. Does get 1.
Already.
Can the Reaper finish off these 2 characters here? Looks like they will eventually push through here. Oh, sorry, buddy. And LogiSword's able to take this first point from Rush Hour. Good push here. Oh, why'd you open the door? Oh, well. Oh, no, that was Jojo. I see. Alright, Soldier's coming back. Ill-advised push here from Rush Hour. Hanzo's going to push up a little aggressive here, too. This could be ill-advised. Nope, he decides better of it and backs up. 4-on-4 overbots.
I think he's going somewhere.
Uh-huh. They're pushing the payload up. They're going to meet at this next corner here. The Rhyme coming in. Looking really aggressive. He could just pin in. He does get the pin on the Zarya. However, his Bap is falling behind him. And next goes his Queen. Soldier and Rhine working together, holding that at this point.
Jessica.
And that'll be a hold for Rush Hour. Reaper is behind. Can he capitalize on this Soldier? Uh-oh. Oh, the pin is missed. Reaper does get the health pack, but he is going to fall. Soldier very strong, DPS. Heavily underrated in the first season, in my opinion. And here they come, LogiSwords. Gonna make another play at this one.
I think they're going
The pin comes in, he does miss. Gonna get the Soldier.
What?
Bap is going down to half, and Bap is gonna fall next. It looks like LogiSwords are gonna be able to push through here. Junkrat all alone on point. Goes down to the Hanzo.
Uncle Josh,
What's up, dude?
I think they're going somewhere.
Yeah, they are going somewhere.
I think.
They're pushing the payload.
Yeah.
They're going to try to get it to the end of this point before this team can recontest here. Rush Hour looking a little bit on the back foot here. Should be able to maybe push this payload in before a touch comes through, and they will. So you at least have the first point if you are LogiSwords. Here comes the Rip Tire. This could be huge. Instead, it gets stuck on the payload, and I think that's where it'll lie for Rush Hour there. I don't think it's going to get any real value. Ryan coming in. Going to swing on that Junker Queen. Gets the kill. Reaper's going to go into the bubble. He is supercharging his Zarya, but I think he's going to go down. Okay. Zarya. Pretty much max charge.
I think he's going somewhere.
The Queen ult gets 1. I think it's going to take out the rat here. It does. However, Soldier popping off through the visor here is going to get 2. Maybe even 3 here. And he will. Oh my word. Soldier just popping off here. Putting in work.
Hey, Uncle
He's going to
Josh,
push up a little bit. What's up, dude?
I think that guy was standing right there because he's going somewhere.
Alright, here comes LogiSwords. Alright, you going to go?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay. Okay. It just felt like you were sliding down. Okay. Sorry, you're getting on this Baptiste. Oh. He will go down, and so eventually LogiSwords able to push through. Losing just the Zarya in that fight. To the aftermath of the mines. Looks like they're going to push up a little bit here. I don't know what they're doing. Okay, they are going to back down, back to the point.
I think that they're going to switch up.
They're going to switch up?
Yeah.
What's up? Alright, here comes the Rush Squad. Coming to meet LogiSwords. Halfway up through this point. Ryan's going to pin in. He does get the... Oh, the Shatter comes through. Here comes the aimbot. Aimbot is massive. It's going to get 1. Okay, maybe not quite as big as I initially thought. Just Reaper, though, against the Rat and the Rhine. Doesn't seem very good if you are LogiSwords. Okay, so he will back off. You're going to go?
Yeah.
Okay, bye-bye. Love you, buddy. Thanks for coming to see. Alright.
I just want to come and see with you.
Alright. Reinhardt gonna pin in. Oh, hey Chase. You're is this Chase? Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, you're diffing. You're diffing right now. You're diffing the LogiSwords.
Is it 4v4?
Yeah, it's 4v4. Oh? Your Soldier is actually insane. He was heavily underrated in the first season.
Who had him last season?
Tim did, but he never played, so he never like swapped him in or anything. But now there are no swaps and no map picks. LogiSwords halfway through the second point on circuit. If you want to join, you can come join and spectate Chase. But I'm recording right now, so streaming it doesn't work. Oh, Hans is gonna fall here. Queen is gonna go down. What's up? You're back. Oh, thank you for the corn dog, buddy. Thanks, buddy. Now I got a corn dog from my nephew. And it looks like that is where LogiSword's push will end. So now all Rush Hour have to do is push the payload right here. And they will be up 2-0. So what was the draft strategy, Chase? Get Ryan? Win?
Well, Ryan is a priority. He is the definition of rush hour. The heart and soul.
If anyone steals Ryan away from Chase, Chase would probably have to kill them. Very iconic pick of Rush Hour. However, you dropped a lot of those speed characters this season. And picking up Bap was huge. I think Bap is really good. I also think Soldier's really good. I think those two were heavily underrated.
No one picked Bap pretty quick. This is my second pick.
Yeah. You would get that before me. I didn't get my second pick until way after, so I ended up going Mauga Sojourn. And then just saving my support because I knew I wasn't going to get a good support. Alright. Wow. Okay, Rush Hour. Dominant on this first offense. Soldier coming out with 2 picks. Zari getting taken out by the rat. Will they push the payload, though? That's always the question over bots. Funny thing about AI is they have a very good team, but they just crashed out, bro.
Where's the 3 bunnies?
The 3 bunnies?
Yeah, I only found 2 of them.
I don't know. You just gotta keep looking.
Would they be like under the question mark?
Oh, are you guys trying to like guide the ship around? You have to. You have to actually like look around the whole map and in the fog areas. Yeah.
Okay. Uncle Josh will look around the whole map.
Josh,
Now I'm
I
back.
think
What's up, dude?
Olga's going to try again.
Oh, okay.
Because,
How's the game going?
Let's go in. You know, you're getting kind of smashed right now. Chase is here.
Did I win the first point or no?
You got past the first point, yes.
No. So the first game, our arguments, like, won the game.
Oh, you lost that.
Okay. What's the game now?
Circuit Royale. So escort.
Wow.
Is this the second game or no?
Yeah, it's second game. You got through the second. You got through the first point. I mean, but Rush Hour is looking pretty good on offense right now.
Okay.
Huge shield.
I think Chase has one of the best teams in the entire league. I'm not gonna lie.
Probably does. All right, Soldier, Rat, and Bap all on the payload.
Oh god, spectating the bots is pretty weird.
No, it gives you a migraine. All right, they will take that first point. So now they have 4 minutes and a half just to get to that golden box of victory. Not too much time.
No.
Huge batter, please!
We'll hold. Don't worry about it.
What's Ryan doing? What's Ryan doing? what is he doing?
I don't know, but Soldier is killing everyone.
Popping off, what the frick? With that window? That's crazy.
No, Soldier is insane. I think he was underrated. I think people underrated him.
No one thought him.
ouch.
Nope.
Yeah, what?
Whoop. All right, Julian,
Yeah?
you might want to.
Oh,
Yeah.
fire?
Oh, it gets destroyed.
I know, I got
All right, you gonna head out?
No, I just finished.
Oh, okay. I don't know what you just said, but okay. He just bonked his head. All right, and that is going to be it. Okay, second map going the way of Rush Hour 2-0. 1 map away from claiming the series here.
Big Satch.
Like the sportsmanship by the bots here. Saying
GG's. Yep, they always do that. It's all part of the respect we show in Overbot League.
Like, some people. I I don't even know what happened, to be honest.
Well, he's just mad that the rules weren't set in stone, I guess. Because a lot of things had to change. Last season was a little silly at times. Okay, Chateau Gilliard. Gilliard? I don't know how to say this one. Not gonna lie.
Interesting game.
Deathmatch time.
Wait, what? Wait, deathmatch?
Yes, sir. I entered deathmatch in the middle of last season, just for it makes series go a little faster, and it's like pure chaos. It's really funny to watch. First to 40 kills. Last season it was first to 30 kills. This time it'll be first to 40 since there's one more player.
At least there won't be any C9s in this mode.
No, there's not.
True.
It is pure chaos though. This is the map where Tyler started out pretty strong against you, Logan, and then all of a sudden you just like turned around and completely demolished him for the rest of the map. All right, LogiSwords getting the first pick here. Oh, and Zarya is going to go down to the rat. However, it's 2. No, you didn't play on this map. You played on this mode. Ryan's going to kill himself for the kill, which will mean it. Oh wait, no. Queen gets credit for the kill. So instead, both teams will get credit for a kill there.
The Reinhardt just farmed himself? That should be illegal, bro. We should ban him.
Junkrat pushing the queen off the the map. Absolute chaos breaking out here between the LogiSwords and Rush Hour. It's 6 to 4 in favor of Rush Hour. 2-point difference. However, Ryan gets caught out a little bit alone here. He pins into the queen, which is not going to be enough for a pick, so he's going to go down. However, Hanzo gets trade out on the back foot. Rush Hour coming in to assist, and they will eventually take out the Zarya, so now it is 9 to 5. Rush Hour is looking very strong this year.
The way Bap solos his queen is crazy.
He does not.
The hell, what's the
10?
controls? I keep pushing.
Alright, it is 10 to 7. 11 to 7. Soldier popping off. Getting kills when he has no right to. And Junkrat getting very... Oh, he left. Oh, he come back. I see.
There we go, okay.
Okay. Oh. Ryan hits the pin, but he is just going to lose the kill immediately since he kills himself in the water. The pins are a little silly at times. Killing yourself does just drop your team a kill, so you don't want to do that. Zarya picks up the rat on the back end there, and now it is 11-11. LogiSwords coming back in this one. The pin. It connects, but it does not kill the Reaper. It leaves him on 1 HP. And now, all of a sudden, LogiSwords are up 2 points. Okay, 1 point. Junkrat just got a trap kill. So, 12 to 13 here. Zarya able to finish off the soldier. Oh, Junker Queen almost died to the bombs from the Junkrat. Reinhardt pinning in. Is going to swing. Oh, he's getting a little bit eaten up by the shotguns around him. And Bap is going to come help him out.
Oh, huge!
Gets the window down. He goes down half, though. He gets out of the window, and now he's going to fall. And Baptiste falls to the Hanzo in the back.
My team, they're not using their ults.
Zarya.
Skill issues.
No one.
using their ults?
They use the ults a lot less in this mode, is something I've noticed. So, you'll see a lot less ults coming through. It's just like pure character power here. Okay. Oh. Zarya is going to go on this Bap, and I think she is actually going to pick up this kill here. She does. Let's trade 1 for 1, though, so LogiSwords actually leading this map by 5 points. Soldier getting picked off. Ryan. Next. Junkrat falling. Seems like Deathmatch is a very strong game mode for Logiswords. They all have so much self-sustain, and they can take 1v1s pretty much anywhere. Zarya finding this Bap alone, 1v1ing, 1v4ing actually. The whole squad is going after him. Ryan's pinning in, he gets the Zarya, but that's not going to be enough to kill. Zarya can get her bubbles up. Oh, she does eventually go down though. Fire Strike's able to claim her, and now only a 7-point difference. However, Ryan's going to kill himself for the kill, which means nothing really changes in the kill feed. But it is what it is. just a reset at that point. All right. Bap looking like he's going to fall here as he gets surrounded. 26. Okay. Soldier getting a pick. Shatter comes through. He actually does shatter and hits the Zarya. Going to get the Zarya off of that.
Soldier uses ult too.
Soldier popping his ult. And we actually saw a window earlier too. So 3 ults have been used here on the side of Rush Hour. No ults yet to be seen from LogiSwords. Here they come. There's the oh my, that's gonna get this. That's gonna get 2 maybe. Oh, never mind. They're able to heal him. Wow. Okay. So now all of a sudden there's only a 3-point difference. 27 to 24. 28 to 20. So 4-point difference. Let's see. Very close map here. Oh, Reaper gonna Ryan gonna cost his team a kill there by pinning off the map and not getting anything. And 6-point lead. They only need 10 more kills to claim the win. LogiSwords gonna have to come back a little bit here on Rush Hour if you want to secure this dub. And we could be going to our first map 4 of Overbot Season 2 if LogiSwords can secure this dub. And they do get 1. They do get 2. So Zarya picking off 2. The lead, not faltering. They got an 8-point lead. Ryan's going to pin in and he gets the Reaper, but Reaper gets bubbled and he's low HP, so he does live. And, wow. Actually able to sustain through that, and it looks like we are going to be heading to a map 4, more than likely, as this is an 11-point lead now for LogiSwords. A great deathmatch map from them. Reinhardt paying off the map maybe one too many times for his squad. He's gonna get it there, gets the swinging on everything, but he's gonna fall. And now it's only 2 kills away for LogiSwords. Got a lot of work to do if you want to come back from this Rush Hour, so I think this is going to go the way. Here comes a Riptire. Oh, it does get killed, unfortunately. And that will, I think Ryan's probably gonna fall here, maybe not. He does get out with his life. Hanzo's 1 HP. Hanzo's gonna fall. He does. Is Ryan? Okay, Ryan died. Ryan died while I wasn't paying attention to him. And that will be the LogiSwords victory, which means it is now 2-1 Rush Hours in the lead. Let's see what our next map is here. I think Deathmatch is very strong game mode for LogiSwords. They have so much 1v1 potential. Alright. I'm really interested to see what this next map is. We can't do Circuit again. So we're gonna... It's funny that it picked Circuit again. Maps. We picked... we're gonna...
Run it back.
Run it back. No, we're not gonna do the same map twice in a series. That's weird. Turn that off. Okay, Necropolis. Okay, another deathmatch here. This could be good for LogiSwords.
How many edges are there off the map?
There's a lot of edges, actually.
Alright, this is really good for LogiSwords then.
There's one giant edge, and then there's... Oh yeah, Chase, you can stream for him if you want. And there's a hole in the middle. So this is a funny one. Here we go. I like the deathmatch. It's really chaotic. It's funny to watch. Alright. Rush Hour's taking high ground to begin in the spawn. They're going to come down here. And Hanzo goes down. Traded for Bap, though. 1-for-1 trade. Soldier getting really low. However, he is able to use his... Oh, the Queen goes down next. And Reaper follows. Rush Hour taking an early lead here. Ryan is very low, and he is going to fall to the Zarya eventually. However, Zarya's going to go down after, and that is a 5-2 lead already for Rush Hour. Soldier popping off, as he does. He's very, very strong DPS.
Where's my Ryan? Oh, there he is. Oh,
hits the fire strike. And the pin. Oh my gosh, Ryan is popping off right now. 7-2.
Soldier's popping up too.
Not looking great here for... Yeah, this is why I think he was a little underutilized by the Gooders last season, I think.
We run this back. We easily kill. We win this. We win. We hard win.
Rat does go down. Ryan, however, gets one, and so does Bap. And yeah,
Oh, Ryan's lips.
this is all of a sudden turning into a squish in the opposite way compared to last map. This might just be a 3-1.
There's a lot of game here to play. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, they're gonna have to mount a massive comeback for LogiSwords though.
Oh,
Ryan pinning in. He doesn't quite get the kill. He's very low. He could go down here. He does. Soldier does manage to pick off Hanzo though. Only an 8-point difference. Now turned to a 7. Gives you a little bit of chance. You got to work slowly to regain this 6-point difference now.
Keep Zarya. Zarya on high charge is the win here.
well, what the frick?
Soldier getting very low, however, saved by the BAP, and he does manage to find the Hanzo. He's very low though, so he will eventually fall. 5-point difference here. They're making a comeback. 3-point difference. LogiSwords slowly but surely clawing their way back into this deathmatch. Very chaotic game mode, fun to watch. Junkrat gets very low. However, a huge ult there by the Queen is going to secure the Rhine for them. And that, wow, all of a sudden, oh, BAP is popping the frick off though. Is only a 2-point lead for Rush Hour though. Now gone down to 1. Very close between these two squads on deathmatch. Half HP for the Rhine, and he goes down to the Hanzo. Oh, oh no, Soldier gets booped. And 19 to 19. I think he got booped by the Zarya into the hole. He fell down the hole anyways. I don't know if that was because of the Zarya or just because he jumped down there. But it gave credit to the Zarya. Okay. So now all of a sudden we're tied here. Hanzo gets Junkrat, and actually they're running it back here. LogiSwords are actually running this back. Started off very strong for Rush Hour, but Hanzo putting in work. Hanzo and Queen.
I told them, I'm not gonna lie, I told them that they needed to play one keyboard challenge, and I told them one hand keyboard, and I told them to get the fuck out of it when we started to lose. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, now it is a 2-point difference. This could really go either way. This is like insanely close. 23 to 24. LogiSwords holding a slight edge in this one.
I don't play with the map. What are you doing?
Ryan gets down to half HP. Does pin. He misses his pin. He's going into the small area with the Queen. Okay, a trade happens. Ryan pins him across the gap. However, it's 26-25 here. Rush Hour, slight deficit. BAP is putting in some damage. Although, the Rhine goes down, and now it's a 2-point lead for LogiSwords. But this can really go anywhere, and now it's a 1-point lead again. As Soldier picks up a kill on the Zarya. Zarya could go down here. Oh, the ult is a little bit misaligned there. I don't think Reaper knew exactly what he was doing. 2 points up for LogiSwords, and that's a huge pin. That's going to secure another kill. Although the trade will mean it only keeps the deficit the same. And now is a 4-point lead for LogiSwords, going into the last 10 points. Well, 9 points. Soldier is probably going to die here. Actually, he does. BAP and Soldier managing to pick up the Queen and the Zarya. They're bringing this back. Now it's 30 to 31.
The Immortal field there is massive.
Yeah, the Immortal field. Soldier and like I said, Black Soldier and White Soldier working together. But BAP is going to fall, and that 1-point lead is going to come back. Although the Rhine pin is huge, and it's once again even. Oh, never mind. LogiSwords take the lead on the back foot. I didn't realize Junkrat was dying in the background to Queen. Oh my word, this is so close. This could go either way. LogiSwords fighting for their lives to stay alive in the series. If they win this, we will go to a map 5. 2-point lead here. However,
Come on, boys.
the two people on the Queen in this small room. We've seen this before. BAP and Soldier working together to secure kills. Although, wait. A pick happens outside, and all of a sudden, LogiSwords only 3 points away from victory, and they're going to drop the Rhine. Make that 2. They're going to push up after this BAP. BAP getting fought in a small room all alone. Oh, there's 3-on-1, and it's a violation. There's only one more pick left, and this is going to a map 5. Only our second series in, and we...
Not yet. Don't jinx that.
That is a map 5. That's a map 5. That was a huge ult by the Queen to end it. LogiSwords
Oh, baby.
looking very strong on these deathmatch maps. Have to watch out for them when they get these maps. They all are very good characters to secure 1v1s. So
Although in that room, it shows the strength of Rush Hour, the white and black soldier in that unstoppable.
Yes, sir. All right, we are going to New Queen Street. So this is going to be a push map to end it. We haven't seen push yet, I don't think. Map 5. This should be a fun one. Pure chaos. Here we come.
Hell yeah. Oops, sorry, buddy.
So how does this make you feel about your team now, LogiSwords?
I'm still thinking that we have a really rough uphill battle against this team. They're probably the best team in the league, in my own opinion.
Wow. Well, you must be up there too if you're competing this closely with them.
I think
You just took 2 maps off of them.
The 3 that are currently in call have the 3 strongest teams, to be honest with you.
That might be true. I don't know. Malga is very powerful, but sometimes I think my team could just fall over. I think I think Mercy is a big weakness on my squad.
Another thing we need to track is, well, free agency team doesn't exist anymore, but the Artificial Inelegance has 2 of the best DPS in the entire league.
I'm sorry.
As such, can be a huge threat, but I don't know if they're actually going to be that much of a threat without no tank. With no
You got
tank,
this.
they don't really have a wall
It's fine to
sit
fail.
behind, so they might just get shredded by every
Teach the children failure and learn from it.
Really can't do it.
I think Rush Hour has the best team in the league.
They could be the best team.
Who's in there?
We'll have to see. We'll have to see. It's early. They look good. That is for sure.
Who's that?
All right. So Rush Hour gonna take
Having
a
Ryan,
little bit of
Soldier,
a
and Bap on a team is really good.
yeah. Soldier's a very strong hero.
Oh, shot! Reaper!
Able to trade out the BAP there, but I don't think that's gonna be enough for LogiSwords. Rush Hour putting in work. They are going to win that, and there's a baby that is looking at me. He's saying, "Hey, come over here. Elijah, come here. Come here."
Alright, I'm going to be back in a little bit.
Okay. Rush Hour taking that first fight, pushing the payload about to the halfway point here. They are looking good. Alright, the bubble comes in. Zarya is going to be like max charge. But wow. Wow. Soldier putting in work. And the rat. So much damage. Hello.
Are you saying hi? Is that your buddy?
And Rush Hour already has this first checkpoint.
Josh.
Hello, Mom.
Aw, look at him.
Yeah, he's just looking at
Oh
me.
my god.
That's so cute.
Big pig by the Rhine here.
Doggies.
This is looking like a steamroll.
Doggies.
Although, can Zarya put in someone? No, she can't. She just falls over.
Boys.
And that is going to be a continued push by Rush Hour. Rush Hour looking very S tier.
Uncle Josh. He wants you.
I know. He's just looking though. I think he'd come in here if he actually did.
Hi. Shy.
Might be shy. I'm with you all the time, dude. Okay. Here comes LogiSwords. They're gonna drop down behind. Oh, Bap is gonna fall. Queen drops down to half. However, she's able to stay alive. Junkrat's gonna be next to fall. Soldier able to pick off one, but looks like Rush Hour will finally lose a fight here. However, there's it's a massive gap to fill. If you are LogiSwords, you are down a whole lot here. 95.5 meters is a lot to make up for. Gonna push it to this midway. Here comes the Riptire. Ooh, a big bubble saves the Reaper. And they're able to pick off the... Oh my word, they actually kited that excellently. And LogiSwords are able to win another fight here. They have some ults coming up too, so... It's a big...
Hey, I just got back.
It's
Fuck
a
yeah, baby.
it's a big gap to make up, but LogiSwords have a chance.
Nah. Nah, I win.
LogiSwords,
Nah, I win.
Logan is feeling very confident in this one. He's like,
Nah.
he wasn't expecting a whole lot from his team going into this one, but all of a sudden he's on the cusp.
My team to do really well.
Oh, okay. Um, they do trade out the BAP and the Soldier, so they won't have those for the next fight. However, the spawn advantage is just slightly in the LogiSwords.
The push roll has a concussion mine on it. That's funny.
So many ults for LogiSwords. I don't know if they're gonna use it. I haven't seen the Dragon Strike come out or the Zarya ult. Ryan is gonna fall here. He's getting sold. Like I said, there was a spawn advantage slightly for LogiSwords, and when that happens, they sometimes get split up when you lose some players in a fight like that. So this will go the way of the LogiSwords, I think. For now.
They're gonna get staggered pretty hard.
Yeah, Rush Hour is gonna get staggered, which is good for LogiSwords. However, even though the spawns are far, they're now gonna be closer since you're pushing back. Which means Rush Hour should have a chance to recontest before the checkpoint happens. Though Ryan and Bap are like on really different pages here on opposite sides of the map. Bap is going in 1v4. This is not good. Rush Hour. Rush Hour is falling apart here on map 5. However, Soldier is able to get a pick, but I don't know. I don't think that's going to be enough. Rush Hour is falling apart here at the last moment. They're going to get to this checkpoint. Now they're going to have the forward spawns. And they have a massive ult bacon. It's just a matter of, does Zarya actually use his ult or not? And does Hanzo actually use the Dragon Strike? We know Reaper uses his ult. So at the very least, they have that if it does anything. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Really inconsistent ult. Okay, the pin is going to be huge. Oh, but it does get bubbled. Reaper gets pushed out, and he does die even though he pops the ult. And Zarya is probably going to go down here. Soldier just frying LogiSwords. They will spawn together, and they will spawn in time that they will be able to contest this before it gets back to where the barrier is. Just a matter if they get debated by where the point is, because sometimes they take a weird route and then they have to all back up and go a completely different way. Oh my word. The windows are kind of in a weird spot. They're all getting distracted by Reaper, and that leads to them all getting kind of split here. However, despite that, Rush Hour able to still win that fight. And now Rush Hour will be gaining the upper hand here, and they're gonna get some extra progress here. However, this map has been very, very close. I don't think Zarya or Hanzo use their ults. I think Zarya kind of bricks certain characters' ults. So if you have her on your team, she doesn't use her ult, and then also anyone that would use her ult to combo with also does not use their ult. I think that's what we're seeing here. LogiSword is actually able to take a fight there, but unfortunately for you, unfortunately if you're LogiSword, Bat might win this. Oh no, he doesn't. He does go down to the Reaper. Reaper very low. Unfortunately for LogiSwords, there is a massive spawn advantage that Rush Hour will get here, because they have those forward spawns. And Hanzo's going to be lacking behind a little bit. This could just snowball.
Oh, the whiff charge.
The whiff charge is a good sign if you're LogiSwords. However, trading out is not good when you're already down 1.
No, Zarya's low. No.
Zarya getting very low. She is going to fall. And Ryan, Junkrat, and Bap doing their jobs here. Hanzo's going to stagger out a little bit. And you maintain the forward spawns. And this is looking like it's going to be really hard for the LogiSwords to push out of. They're going to need something...
We pray, folks. We're playing.
They are going to need a miracle in this 3-2 or this 2-2 series. Well, it's going to be 3-2 either way, depending on who wins. But all right.
Oh, Queen.
Just jumping from the high ground, gets the bubble. She does get the bat, however, traded out for the Hanzo. Reaper gets the Soldier, although it's Reaper versus Junkrat and Ryan on point. I don't think he wins this. It's kind of a lot of bodies to get through. And here comes the Riptire. Uh-oh. And a minute and a half on the clock, and they're about to finish this map. I don't think... Well, does Queen come out for the touch? She will grab the touch. Ryan's going to push in a little deep, and actually, they're going to be able to clean up some kills here, so They're going to have control over this payload. They're pushing it back. I don't know if you're going to have to bet on a miracle here if you are LogiSwords. Got a minute and 10 seconds, so pretty much you have to just win every fight from here on out. Bap throws a bit. Soldier's going to throw a bit. Maybe you can get split spawn. If you split spawn here.
What are you doing?
Ryan and Junkrat are pushing up a little bit here too, and this could be a throw of a century. Nope, they do back up. Although the split spawn. Here comes the Rhine. He does get that pin on the Hanzo. However, a huge ult by the Queen is going to finish off both of those targets despite dropping one. Spawn advantage is heavily in the core of Rush Hour though, so losing one is not ideal. Means you're going to have to wait for that. I mean, you don't wait because you're bots, but it's going to take a while for that guy to get here. You have to win every fight from here on out now. Most definitely. Soldier's going to feed. That's a good start if you're LogiSwords. LogiSwords have a very good chance. This could happen. We could see the reverse sweep completed here on this push map. Very close series between Rush Hour and LogiSwords. They are on this point, pushing ever so closely to the end. However, they have to win at least one, maybe two fights. Soldier feeding, Bap feeding. I think Ryan and Junkrat are about to do the same. And this is looking like all of a sudden... Oh, wait, but a pick. A pick comes from the Junkrat at the very end there. And they will have, I think, one more fight, maybe? Oh, just Soldier's coming out a bit early here. He could go down. Hanzo very low, trapped. He gets the window, and he's going to pop off. He gets one. 2-on-2 on point. What are we witnessing? This is beautiful, Overbots. And that's it. About as close as a series can get in Overbots. A 3-2 for Rush Hour, just barely scraping by. As their team almost throws that away, staggering in, one after another. That was almost a miracle push on the side of LogiSwords. And if that's what we have to look forward to this season is going to be great. And who just joined?
Me?
Oh, hey.